Imagine a world where the clash of titans not only happens on fields, tracks, or pools, but also at your local trivia night. Welcome to the Olympic edition of Brainy Bits and Trivia Tips, where we dive deep into the annals of Olympic history to arm you with the most jaw-dropping, eyebrow-raising facts that will make you the champion of any trivia challenge. Hosted by the ever-charismatic Monkey, I sip bourbon and I know things. This episode promises a blend of intoxicating knowledge and spirited fun. So grab your drink of choice and let's elevate your trivia game to Olympian heights.
The Olympics, a festivity of human prowess, trace back to 776 BC in ancient Greece. Originally a religious festival honoring Zeus, the Games were held in Olympia and featured a sole foot race. The transformation across centuries saw the inclusion of various sports, turning it into a robust display of athletic excellence. The modern revival was spearheaded by Pierre de Coubertin in 1896, rekindling the ancient spirit in a contemporary form. Coubertin's vision was not just to revive the Games, but to foster global unity through sports, a legacy that resonates profoundly in every torch relay and medal ceremony today. This resurrection of the Olympic Games marked the beginning of a new era. It was not merely about competition, it was about bringing the world together, an ethos that continues to define the Olympics.
Every swirl of the Olympic rings carries a tale, each color a representation of the continents. Conceived by Coubertin, the 5 intertwined rings symbolize the unity of the 5 inhabited continents: Africa, Americas, Asia, Europe, and Oceania. The Olympic flag, hosting these rings on a white background, debuted at the 1920 Games. It's a beacon of peace and sportsmanship worldwide. Meanwhile, the Olympic flame, lit at Olympia and carried to the host nation, represents purity and the endeavor to achieve perfection. Mascots from the Dachshund Waldi in 1972 to the Panda for Beijing 2022 personify each game's spirit and culture, becoming beloved symbols of the global festivity. In 2024, France is hosting the Games, and their mascot is a giant baguette. I king it is actually they are the Phrygian caps and have been a symbol of freedom throughout French history.
The Olympic Games are a stage for superhuman feats and records that push the boundaries of belief. Usain Bolt's lightning-fast sprints and Michael Phelps's aquatic supremacy have set high bars in their respective sports. Highlighting extremes, the youngest confirmed Olympian was 10-year-old gymnast Dimitrios Laundras in 1896, while Oscar Swan, at 72, remains the oldest to compete. These records are not mere numbers. They narrate stories of extraordinary human spirit and the relentless pursuit of excellence. Such achievements are etched in history, inspiring each new generation of Olympians to dream bigger and push harder.
The Olympic Games have not been immune to the ravages of world conflicts. Both the world wars saw the cancellation of the Games in 1916, 1940, and 1944, a stark reminder of the tumultuous impact of global strife on sports. Political boycotts also left their mark. The 1980 Moscow Games, for instance, saw a major boycott led by the United States due to the Soviet-Afghan War. Such political interferences underscore the complex interplay between global politics and international sports events. Despite these disruptions, the Olympics have continually emerged as a symbol of hope and reconciliation post-conflict, demonstrating the unifying power of sports.
Over the decades, the Olympic Games have been a testing ground for numerous sports, some of which are as peculiar as they are fascinating. Historical archives buzz with events like live pigeon shooting, a part of the 1900 Paris Games, and solo synchronized swimming, which actually contradicted its own principle of synchronization. Then there's the plunge for distance, a peculiar event where athletes dived into water and remained motionless to see how far they drift. These unusual sports may not have stood the test of time, but they add a rich layer to the Olympic tapestry. Such oddities make for perfect trivia night gold, showcasing the Olympics' experimental and sometimes whimsical side.
Competing in the Olympics is an honor. Doing so in multiple sports is a legend in the making. Athletes like Clara Hughes of Canada excelled in both cycling and speed skating, showcasing incredible versatility and resilience. Lauren Williams is another exemplar, sprinting on the track and later pushing bobsleds. These athletes didn't just switch gears, they mastered entirely different realms of the sporting world, challenging their physical and mental boundaries. Their stories are testaments to human adaptability and extraordinary talent, serving as inspiration for those who dare to dream diverse and dynamic.
The Paralympic movement, what began in 1948 as a small gathering of British World War II veterans, has blossomed into the Paralympic Games, celebrating athletes with disabilities. This movement parallels the Olympics not only in its timing, but also in its celebration of human spirit and determination. Significant figures like Sir Ludwig Guttmann, who promoted sports as a form of therapy, have been pivotal in this evolution. The Games have grown to include a wide array of disabilities, which has been instrumental in changing societal perceptions about disability. The Paralympics remind us that the pursuit of excellence is universal, transcending all physical and mental barriers.
Hosting the Olympics is akin to running a marathon that lasts years. It demands extensive preparation and substantial economic investment. Cities like Barcelona and Sydney leveraged the Games to transform their infrastructures and international images, demonstrating long-term benefits. Conversely, cities like Athens experienced economic strains, showcasing the challenges of hosting. The key to success lies in strategic planning and sustainable investments that extend benefits beyond the Games. This economic gamble can propel a city into the global spotlight or leave it grappling with financial aftermaths, making the decision to host a critical one for any city.
Doping scandals have occasionally cast shadows over the Olympic spirit. High-profile cases such as those involving Marion Jones and the Russian state-sponsored doping program have led to widespread outrage and calls for reform. The World Anti-Doping Agency and the International Olympic Committee have intensified their efforts to clean up the sports, resulting in stricter regulations and more rigorous testing. These measures aim to preserve the integrity of the competition and uphold the true spirit of sportsmanship. Such controversies are crucial learning points, emphasizing the ongoing battle between ethical sporting and the temptation to seek illicit advantages.
The trajectory of female participation in the Olympics is a compelling narrative of progress and empowerment. From not being allowed to compete in the first modern games to achieving groundbreaking firsts and equal representation, women have triumphed over immense obstacles. Pioneers like Charlotte Cooper, who became the first female Olympic champion in 1900, paved the way for future generations. Today, the push for gender equality continues, with efforts to include more women in various capacities within the Games. This evolution is not just about sports, it's about societal change, reflecting broader dynamics of gender equality worldwide.
As we close this Olympic trivia marathon, remember, I sip bourbon and I know things. We've traveled through time, peeked behind the curtains, and uncovered the lesser-known facets of the Olympic Games. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more trivia-packed episodes. Keep learning, keep winning, and remember, at Brainy Bits and Trivia Tips, the drinks flow and knowledge grows. See you next time for another round of trivia where you can shine.